Police department and the fire department came together today for a demonstration on how officials deal with an OWI crash. It's part of the ongoing City of Green Bay's Citizen Academy, which shows people the inner workings of local government and first responders. Many got to see the operations that take place during a drunk driving situation, such as sobriety tests and medical procedures. Officials working on this presentation hope people will ask about things outside of the initial demonstration, too.
Attendees are going to get the opportunity to kind of go and talk with the crew members behind me, and if they have any questions that they want to know about a piece of equipment or why they respond, with lights versus not lights and sirens, all those questions that can be answered tonight, hopefully.
There are two more sessions planned for the Academy. One will deal with Parks, Recreation, and Forestry, June 15th. The other will be a graduation ceremony on the 22nd.